Howdy, 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 my beautiful Cancer darling. How are you doing, honey? My name is SimplyVelca, and today, Cancer, I'm going to be doing your weekly tarot horoscope reading for October 2021. Remember, Cancer, it does not matter what you identify as, whether it's he, she, they, them, anything inside or outside of that spectrum, darling. If these cards are meant to resonate with you, they're going to resonate with you, darling, right? So, also, if you do enjoy this tarot reading today, you find some cards that resonate with you, let me know in the comments below how the cards resonate with you. Also, if you enjoy my vibe for today, darling, or you just enjoy this reading, preferably my vibe as well, though, if you do enjoy that, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe because it does help me out a lot, my beautiful Cancer, and I always appreciate when you guys do that extra step to support me, darlings. Also, put this in perspective though, my beautiful Cancer, I am just a man reading some tarot cards to you, darling. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the tarot cards that resonate, leave what doesn't, because I'm not going to be offended by it whatsoever. I believe tarot cards are just here, darling, to give you some food for thought, perspective to consider, but never making choices in your life, my beautiful Cancer. So remember that. In regards to whatever decisions you're not making in your life, I'm always here to support you, darling. So it doesn't matter what you do, I'm always just going to be that ride or die friend, darling. So keep that in mind, Cancer. Let's just jump into your weekly tarot horoscope reading now for October 2021, my darlings. Why am I stuttering now? Let's get into this, darling. So first, though, Cancer, you already know the vibes. You already know what we need to be doing. We need to be doing a little bit of a tarot forecast, a little bit of a vibe check, darling, to see how the energies, just a general idea of like where the energies are going to be going this week, right? With my newest tarot deck that a lovely subscriber gifted to me. It's the Halloween tarot as well, isn't it? A gorgeous back artwork, Cancer. You have the Magician card coming in here. Mad Magician, darling. It's funny because the Scorpio got the Fool card, and that's number 0, and the Magician comes right after the Fool, which is the number 1. And so for you guys, Cancer, I feel as if you guys are really taking action towards creating the reality that you want to see and for yourself, right? You know, you're really trying to you're checking off your list, you're looking at your vision boards, and just being like, you know what, I've always been saying I wanted to do this, I wanted to create this, I wanted to launch this, I wanted to start a YouTube channel, wanted to do whatever it is you've been wanting to do, Cancer. I feel as if you're actually going to be taking action towards doing that. And so when you have the Magician card blessing this energy, really, it's a very, 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 very positive sign, my beautiful Cancers, in terms of, you know, that it's actually going to excuse me, actually be working out. Someone's talking about me, darling, right? So let's get into some tarot cards now, Cancer. We have the 8 of Wands coming in here for you, with the Queen of Swords, and then the 7 of Pentacles, Cancer. So I hope I didn't call you guys Scorpios since I was saying them, talking about them. I don't think I did. But continuing on, focusing back in on this after that sneeze, darling, Cancer. I do see a lot of movement coming in for you guys. I see a lot of movement. I do see you guys becoming a little bit distant towards energies that are no longer serving you. It does feel as if Scorpio, now I'm calling you Scorpio, Cancer. It does feel as if, Cancer, that you're changing gardens a little bit. It does feel like you're changing things up. It's like you're doing I feel like you're doing like a 180 with something, but at the same time, I don't feel comfortable saying that you're doing a 180 entirely with something, Cancer, because that gives the implication that you are just completely doing the opposite of what you should be doing. I don't feel like that's the case. Maybe it's going to be like a 75. You're just really changing your trajectory just a little bit, Cancer, to where now you are in direct alignment with what makes sense for you, what feels good for you in this current moment. I just see a lot of movement. I always see with the 8 of Wands as well, personally, Cancer, as a card of empowerment, really standing tall. It's a card as well of where it's like you're trying out different things. You're trying out each wand. No, you know, in those 8 wands, just pretend I have 8 wands here, darling. No, that was cool. No wand, just the same, right? You know, and like I just referenced Harry Potter and the air signs readings early yesterday, Cancer, and for them I referenced Harry Potter in terms of like, I mean, it don't matter, but you know, in Harry Potter, the first one where Harry Potter is trying to find his wand or getting his proper wand, like all of them can kind of look the same, but there's just there's a wand for each person, and there's one specific wand for you, Cancer, that wand being, you know, whatever the objective is. For some of you guys, it's starting a YouTube channel, Etsy store, what have you, writing that book, Cancer. For some of you guys, it's just something that you need to find your right thing that's going to make you happy, that's worth nurturing and tending to and growing for you, Cancer. And so it does just feel as if you're switching things up or reallocating where you're putting all your energy into, or at the very least, you're doing some soul seeking in terms of figuring out like where it is that you want to really exude, this magician energy, Cancer. My goodness. So let's get some clarifiers here. We have here the 10 of Pentacles coming in here on that 8 of Wands. So you guys are really, Cancer, really building something extremely stable, something really extremely profitable for you guys. Whenever you guys make your choice on like whatever that wand is, when you guys finish doing the movement that needs to happen in your life, it's going to be really profitable. It's going to be really profitable, or at the very least, if its finances aren't involved in this whatsoever, it's just going to bring forth a lot of stability in your life, Cancer. So I really like seeing this card here. We have here the 3 of Swords with this Queen of Swords here. So it's interesting here. So it's like you're putting like I feel as if what caused for you guys, Cancer, to have this change of pace, to have like that 180, but you already know what I mean with that, Cancer, is due to some type of disappointment happening. What happened here? Knight of Swords coming in here. So it's almost like a flurry of bad luck, a flurry of just like a flurry of frustrations that occurred in your life, Cancer, that caused for you to be like, all right, it's time for a change. All right, it's time for a change. For some of you, this is going to be really specific, but I feel like for some of you guys, like maybe you guys tried to put on like a pair of pants, or like, it's going to be really specific. This is what I was showing, is like putting on a pair of pants and be like, I guess I need to get back to working out or eating right or what have you. But it's just like one of those things in that vein of where it's like you tried to pick something up that you always thought was like your reality, and then just one day it just wasn't fit in anymore. Non-confrontationally, of course, I can relate to it, darling. Like, there's a reason why I'm wearing a turtleneck, darling. It's because I've been eating a little bit too much, so maybe it's my own projection. Just playing. No, I'm not playing, but I've been eating too much. And you get the Magician. Get back on track, Velca. You got the Magician card coming in here for the 7 of Pentacles, coming in twice now for you, my beautiful Cancer. So you guys are really, I feel as if this is different. You know, it's giving me very much so, you know, like for like, maybe you've always had like the New Year's resolution of being like, oh, this year I'm going to start that YouTube channel. This year I'm going to really finish writing that book. This year, or this time, it's different for you guys, Cancer. You know, it's due to the fact of the 3 of Swords and Knight of Swords coming in, where it's just like a lot of disappointments happening, and just you know, the thing is though, I don't feel like it was too overwhelming. I feel like it was just wake-up calls necessary, more so for you Cancers, that just switched things up for you guys. And so you really are getting the Magician's blessing this time around of why this is different. The reason why it's different is because you're getting the Magician's blessing, or more so maybe you guys are just exuding more of that Magician energy, we'll say, Cancer. So I like this a lot. Let's get into a Moon Oracle card. Cancer. Full moon in Sagittarius, looking at the bigger picture on things. And so looking at this bigger picture, it does feel as if like you just are now like the actions that you're taking now for yourself, Cancer, you just realize like you can't live in this way anymore, or you can't continue waiting. You can't continue saying like, continue putting like these New Year's resolutions to this. You're just like, no, I need to create this now. And you're going to. I definitely feel that for you. You're going to. Star card coming in here. So it's just like, again, it's this sense of just like bigger picture on things. It's like what you've always wanted to see for yourself. You know, let's just continue on with the narrative of an author. You've always said that you wanted to be an author, you wanted to be a bestseller, what have you, but you've never really taken it seriously in the sense of really just immersed yourself in it and just all in or nothing, you know, or rather just going all in on that situation. You kind of just would like, maybe you were good for a little bit and then it kind of just started tapering off. It's like, no, you're taking this really seriously now, much more seriously rather. We have here the Mouse energy coming in as well. You're overlooking some important details, so pay closer attention to what is going on around you. So what is this about? That went flying. What is this about? 5 of Cups. So definitely it's like for some of you Cancers, I feel like it's a very small percentage of you guys, the obstacles that you've been having, the bad luck we'll call it, that you've been experiencing, darling. You know, the 5 of Cups is a cups where it's like you're focused on the spilled milk, right? And so crying over spilled milk rather. And so you could be upset being like, oh man, like these pants don't fit or anymore, and just stuck on that rather than seeing these inconveniences, these disappointments that have occurred in your life with that 3 of Swords, darling, Cancer, and being like, oh, this is my wake-up call. This is the time to do it. And so I feel like this message is going to be coming in from my Cancers, telling you guys, just hopefully getting you guys out of this state of being like, I don't mean this in an aggressive way because everyone does this, right? We're all human. Feeling sorry for yourself and just being like, man, it sucks this happened. Maybe you had like a health scare. I don't know why I'm so focused on health for you guys. Some type of bump on the road, we'll just say, some type of inconvenience, Cancer. Don't be focused on the bump on the road itself and just see where it's trying to adjust, like what it's trying to wake you up to, what it's trying to give you that wake-up call about, Cancer, all right? So, yeah, now, darling, I want to see what blessings are just coming in for you in general. We have here the King of Wands, Cancer, with the King of Swords. All right, now, come on now, kingly energy. Obviously, gender don't matter with these, but you're really taking charge with something, though. And then the Page of Cups coming in here. So the blessings coming in for you guys straight right off the bat, Cancer, is just one, if this is about a person coming in, I feel like you'll know who this is about, or not know who this is about, Cancer, but you'll know if this is a social portion for you or not. For those that feel as if this is like a person coming in, this is where, my readings are very much so collaborative, darling. You got to use your intuition as well for these. This Page of Cups represents new people coming into your life. So if it's a person coming into your life, this is definitely, and I feel as if this is like coming into your life as you are in the middle of honoring like your New Year's resolution, which is not a New Year's resolution because you're doing it now. You're going to be attracting someone that really helps you maintain your goals, really pushes you, and not only just pushes you, but supports you, and is able to understand where it is like that you're trying to improve on, whether it's in your career, building that business, writing that book, or what have you. They're going to understand and are educated on this sense, and I feel like they're going to come in to help you. Does that make sense, Cancer? So for those that do resonate with that, more so in a general portion now, though, taking people aside, darling. I'm an introvert when I'm just like, oh, we don't need to talk about people. King of Wands, King of Swords here. I feel as if as you continue your stride, as you continue finding your essence, finding your, honoring these, this thing that you're taking seriously in your life now, Cancer, that's when new opportunity presents itself to you with that Page of Cups. That's where it just feels as if like you're going to be rewarded for your hard work, if that makes sense. We have here the Nine of Swords. So you are really anxious about this situation here, Cancer. You're anxious about how things will be I feel like for many of you guys, you're anxious about your future and how things are going to just be looking in that regard. And I just feel like there's this message is just like, as long as you're able or willing to take action on this, you have this covered. Remember, you have the double blessing of the Magician, Cancer. So please remember that, darling. You have the Humpback Whale coming in here. Music is essential, Cancer, to your healing and well-being, whether it's singing, playing an instrument, or just listening. So be sure at this time, anytime you start feeling overwhelmed, build you a playlist, darling. And this is, Cancer, keep in mind, this is coming from someone whose music is a very big part of my life. I listen to music more hours of the day than not, because that is just very therapeutic for me. Keeps me grounded, but I've never created a playlist. But I feel like for you guys, you need to build a playlist specifically to help keep you motivated, specifically to get you back into this energetic state of just being like, this is what I'm working for. Does that make sense? Then we have here the full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. Come on now, Cancer, you are good enough. Some of you guys, let's just use, for some of you guys, your relationship with why it is that you haven't been able to overcome these or to really accomplish these resolutions in your life is just because there may be a deep part in yourself, that wounded child, darling, because I'm being shown the wounded child now, of where it's just like through previous, and I feel like childhood trauma and stuff that has happened, there's something that you've always had as like your coping mechanism. Maybe it's just like, you never bothered writing that book because you're always told that you're not talented enough or what have you. We don't need to harp onto those negatives too much, darling, but you've unconsciously just avoided putting yourself out there in that way because of like what happened when in your childhood. And so some of y'all need to do some healing in that regard and remind yourself that you are good enough, overcoming that imposter syndrome, darling. So keep all that in mind, Cancer, as you continue through your week. But let's close out this row now, darling. We got so many cards here, darling. Cancer, and now we're going to be getting into your spirit guide messages and ancestral messages as well. See what's going on there. But first and foremost, we got to feed these cards to Miss Barbara Walters, darling, Cancer, as well as to Miss Aretha Franklin, darling. So let's see what messages, what insights your spirit guides, Cancer, have in your ancestors. Two of Swords coming in here with the Page of Wands, 2 pages now in your reading. Are we going to get an Ace? 3 of Pentacles coming in here. So did I show you that long enough? 3 of Pentacles. So Cancer, for you guys, I really feel as if you're going to be presented with a fork in the road, a decision that you need to make, Cancer, the hard decision that you need to make on being like, all right, am I really going to take this seriously or not, right? And this 3 of Pentacles here, it's funny because this is a collaborative energy, Cancer, so there may be more people than not that resonate with that, what we were talking about, that King of Wands, King of Swords energy, Cancer, about it being social with that Page of Cups. Like, you guys really have to ask yourself the question. It's just like, are you really going to commit to this or not, right? You have to, some of you guys, in order to commit to this, you have to let go of a lot of things. You have to not, you have to be willing to admit to yourself, like, where you need to improve in your life, right? Where you need to focus your energy on, right? You have the Dog card. Your loyalty and faithfulness is being misplaced by serving too many masters, darling. Ooh, come on, little BDSM, darling. Too many masters. I feel you, Cancer. No, keeping it serious, though. It does feel as if for some of you guys, starting this new phase in your life, you're going to have to distance yourself away from people that enabled you into these bad habits in the first place, or distance yourself from those people that always dimmed your light, that caused you to feel bad about yourself and caused those insecurities in the first place, darling. We have the Cardinal Moon, be bold and make the first move. So not being self-conscious in taking those actions, Cancer, and being able to just be like, acknowledging, be like, you know what, you're not good for me anymore. You're not good for me right now. I need to focus on myself right now, darling. With peace and love, leave me alone right now, right? We have here the Empress card coming in here, with the Hermit card coming in here, Cancer. And now your third one is the Page of Pentacles coming in here. So there's definitely strong communication here, regardless of the fact. The Empress card coming in here and this Hermit card, it's like this for you to make the choice in this Two of Swords energy and that fork in the road, darling, that crossroads. For you to make this choice of definitely separating yourself and putting more focus in terms of yourself rather than other people, and really delving into just what drives you, Cancer, that's really going to be the key component to how you progress in your future and to how you welcome in this abundance and how for this really to happen, right? It's like you have to make the judgment call on something, and something that you haven't really wanted to do. It's something that's uncomfortable, but you have to be willing to just be like, all right, I have to do this for myself, right? You have to do this for yourself instead of serving all those masters, darling. Hello, how you doing? So Cancer, now let's see how people are perceiving you at this time. People around you. 4 of Swords. Empress card coming in here. And then the 6 of Cups. So we're definitely dealing with an energy that there's history here. Admittedly, probably the energy that caused that trauma in the first place, or that energy that just no longer is of service to you, that adds any value in your life anymore, right? With that 6 of Cups here, you definitely grew with this person. That's why you've seen the artwork for this. And in not most tarot decks, but in this deck in particular, capitalizes on the romanticizing the past energy with starting out as a little boy and their dog and growing old with them, or getting older with them, it's funny how you got the wasn't it the dog, didn't you get the dog card? Yeah, you got the dog card here, and then you got the 6 of Cups here. So it's just like, now this golden retriever, you being that golden retriever, darling, you're just like, oh, I have to peace out now. I grew up with you, and maybe there's a certain point in my life I could have done it without you, but now I have to be on my own. Interesting. I like that. Ooh, I like that, kids. Ooh, come on now, girl. Let's see their intentions towards you. 8 of Wands. King of Swords, And then the Eight of Cups coming in here. I feel like for the most part here, Cancer, did I show you this? For the most part, Cancer, this person's going to be fairly understanding for you to needing to like go out on your own. For the most part, I do see them fairly rational for the most part. And this is, of course, if there's not like some repressed bad trauma here, darling, and just as like a person where you're just like that, and just really it wasn't like enabled you to do things. I feel as if, you know, there might be a little bit of resistance naturally when it comes to people that care about you and have been part of your life. There's going to be that little bit of resistance, but I feel like for the most part, Cancer, a lot of your guys' fears in terms of being like, you know, saying it's like, hey, I can't really put all this energy into these things anymore. I can't really help you out as much as I did beforehand. A lot of it's internal. It's just anxiety, because I see that they're going to react pretty well for the most part, Cancer, but that's how I see the cards. Regardless, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you end up doing in your life, Cancer, I'm always here just to support you, darling. So remember that. I love you so much. This is the tarot reading, weekly tarot reading that I have for you, Cancer. Excuse me. If you want to book a private personal reading with me, Cancer, my website's always linked down below, SimplyVelca.com, darling. So be sure to check that out if you want to book a reading with me. Also, my social medias are down below. Instagram and TikTok are all Simply Velca, darling. And yeah, I love you so much, Cancer, and hopefully I can connect with you sometime in the near future. Bye.